Welcome back! If you're wondering about my background today, before we plunge into our tips and tricks video, I am in the process of travelling at the moment. So in true laptop lifestyle, I have this set up in the kind of crazy conservatory area. Now, just to say, if ever you get taken in by anyone who's sitting there with their laptop by the pool, I can guarantee that's not how a traditional entrepreneur would work. When I say traditional, someone who takes it seriously. Because what you don't want to do is sitting there hunched over like this, looking at your laptop. It hurts your back, it hurts your neck, and if you're doing it for more than an hour or two at a time, you've got a serious problem. If you're not spending more than a couple of hours on your laptop, it's because you've either got a desktop, you've got a really good VA and system in place, or else you're a hobbyist. So, moving swiftly on, because you are not hobbyists and neither am I, today is about Valentine's Day. It's about making sure you feel special and so are your customers, and not just for February the 14th, but for every day. Now, the trick to that is, of course, personalization and making sure people actually get to know you. Because when you've got AI dominating and everyone can write a so-so email, the bit which puts you out compared to everybody else, if you like your moat around your business, is how you communicate to them and respond to them. In other words, how you care. Now, it's no secret that the smaller your email list, the more likely you are to get a good result. The rule of thumb is for every 1,000 people that go onto your email list, your open rate is likely to drop and your click rate can struggle as well. Not always, but that's what I've seen in my experience over the past few years. Now, the trick to getting around that is segmentation. And segmentation is where you say, right, I want this bucket of customers to get this email and that bucket of customers to get that email based, for example, on where they live, what kind of product they're after, what stage of the journey they're at, if you can segment for that. Obviously, you can also do it on their gender, and even the date when they signed up. There's a ton of different ways you can slice and dice your audience depending upon what you're saying and what they need to hear. Now, most businesses are terrible at it. Truly, truly, truly terrible, which is a pity because the most simple segmentation can get you the best results. So, for example, when people get into the welcome email, what you need to do is maybe ask one or two questions to find out where they go next. And this is where quizzes as lead magnets really earn their worth because you know up front so much more information than you would do if you simply had a name and address. The payoff, of course, with the quiz is that you need to get them in there in the first place. But let's say, for example, you've got a standard list. Let's say Mr. Joe Brown has got a list of 5,000 email customers, which is reasonably easy to build up over the course of a year, and she's running a few ads. She has a few people coming through to the website, and she's also doing some events, so you're getting word of mouth marketing going in. Now, the word of mouth marketing people are the ones who she met personally. So those are the ones which are most likely to be eager and enthusiastic when they first get that email. So it's well worth her perhaps sending them to a different landing page or to send them something slightly different. Hey, do you remember this event? I'm just following up here. If you want to see what I'm up to, go and check this landing page out. Go and check this website out. So it's always worth, if you have a minute, just to do something a little bit tailor-made and custom-made for them. People, remember, can smell a mass market email a mile off. So you can be upfront and say this is a mass market email, but make sure you also care about the fact they're giving you their data and their information. And that's where personalization comes in. Now, personalization, of course, is the typical merge tags, such as first name, last name. But you can also, as I say, put in before where you met them or their source origin. Hey, we noticed you signed up via the website. We noticed we just got hold of you via LinkedIn. These automations are really easy to set up and do if you've got a decent marketing platform such as MailChimp, Klaviyo, HubSpot, or Constant Contact. Any of those will work for you really, really well. The other way of doing it is thinking about their location. So, for example, their time zone. And yes, you can do send time mailers. So where you just send out one email, but it gets sent according to what time zone the people say they're in. Now, it's not invaluable for the simple reason that internet service providers such as MailChimp will send it off what the ISP says. So if you have someone, for example, who's pinging off Amsterdam, it's likely to be European time. If it's someone pinging off New York, then it will be that time. That's the downside if you have someone going in from a different server to their location. But as a rule of thumb, people are pretty good about opening their emails as long as it's mobile optimized and you're not sending them at, say, 2 a.m. their time, because we all need to sleep. The next stage of personalization, once you've got past that, once you've looked at location, you've looked at time and date, you've looked at the name, is of course their preferences. Now, people come in to your business, no matter what you offer, at various stages of discovery. So when we say discovery, it'll start off by going, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? They're not even sure at this point they've got a problem, they just know they've got a pain. Not sure how to solve it. The next stage is, right, I've got this pain, what's the solution? So in this case, let's say that your website is not getting any hits. The first thing is, oh my God, I set up this website, I spent this money, but nothing's happening. Okay, cue frantic running around. Next up is, I've set up this website, I know I need to do some SEO. Cue, let's learn more about SEO. And the first few steps, people are just literally finding out. They're not ready yet, usually, to spend money. The step after that, when they've actually convinced themselves the value of SEO, or email marketing, or coaching, or whatever it is you offer, that step is to find out who the experts are. What really do I need to know so I don't get ripped off? Who can I trust? This is where your social media and your outreach comes in useful, because that's where they get to hear about you, they get to check you out before they even sign up. Now, I know for a fact that most of my clients, prior to signing up to me, will stalk me. They'll check out what I'm doing. They'll see what I'm doing on social media. They'll even ask for references, which is fine. That's kind of why I do it, and that's why you do it as well. You want to show that to the world that you're right up front and an expert, and you know what you're doing. But your poor, pre-customer doesn't yet. So that's what you're doing. You're showing trust, even though you don't know they're looking yet. The next stage is, okay, I think this person is worth following. They follow you on social, and this way you can start reaching out to them. Next stage, she's got something interesting. I want to hear about, in this case, SEO. I want to know how to build up my meta index. I'm pulling this out the air, by the way. If it's email marketing, it would be along the lines of how to write decent subject lines, how to make sure your reputation stays intact, how to make sure you have a decent lead magnet for growth. Lots of different things. There's so many ways you can slice this. And the nice thing is the lead magnets are self-selecting. So if you know they're coming in at, say, the stage where I need to do automation flows, it's a pretty good guess that those people already have an email list. If they're going for lead magnets, you know they probably need to grow the email list, or they're interested in getting some more cash in, or they're even reaching out to another market. Same for SEO, same for coaching, same for your discipline. So you've got this personalization, which means you can personalize your welcome flows, but it also means that you can tag or add a field which says they're at this stage of the journey. And that helps you because you can then tailor your next messages to them. And thanks again to the rise of AI, virtual working, all the rest of it, this is easier than ever to do. And it makes them feel good because they're not doing the running now, you are. And here's the bit where it comes. If you've got trust, you've got the ease, convenience, and you're saying, I've got the answers, I'm going to save you time. Making a sale then is really, really easy because you've shown you care about them. And at the end of the day, if anyone is handing over any money, or in this case, entrusting their business to you, their baby, their absolute darling, this is their reputation. What you want to make sure is that you care and they know you care. And then, of course, comes all the rest of it, which is service delivery. And again, staying in constant contact, telling them they care, telling them how it works, and giving them more than one route, which doesn't drive you nuts, is also the key. And this is where email marketing comes in again. So personalization doesn't end after the sale. You want the feedback, you want the follow-up, you want to make sure that whatever you offer to them, you can handle. And having that system in place is really, really important. So don't just think in terms of welcome emails, think in terms of aftercare as well, because that's how you get a repeat customer. That's how you get your referrals in. And it's a lot easier once they're on board to keep them there than it is to attract them in the first place. And it's entirely possible to grow your business, not by having a massive email growth list of up to a third, I have seen that done, but by simply exploiting and making the most of your current email list by showing people that you care about them. So here's a few tips for Valentine's Day, even if you're not doing it. You're going to show some customer love this month and the next. First one is find out what their main pain point is. Not just for current customers people are speaking to, but the ones on your list. Just ask them very quickly, one quick question, hit reply, tell me what you're struggling with at the moment. If you want to be a little more scientific about it, you can send out a survey or do a quiz with perhaps an incentive at the end, such as download my latest report. My 5 facts that you really need to know about SEO or email marketing. So you can do that side of things. Once you have that and you've got that information, then you can move into the next stage of your strategy, which is map out where the majority of your customers are in their journey towards you. Are they at the beginning? Are they still learning about the subject? Are they in the middle, which generally most of them are at this stage? Do they need to know more about you? Do they need to know what do they need to know, in other words, to get to the next stage? What's the blocker for them at the moment? And most of the time, it's knowledge. Not money, it's knowledge. So your job is to provide that knowledge, and that's where, again, segmentation comes in. Remember, we're just talking about groups of people, and you're tailoring it. Once you've got that out of the way, and you know what you're writing and who you're addressing, everything becomes laser focused, and it's so much easier. And remember, this doesn't have to be difficult. I mean, I deal with automation, flows, personalization, but it can be as simple as saying, right, grab this bucket of people, write this email. Okay, copy it across, adjust the email, write it out again, and you can just angle it at different ways. So one angle for the people at the start of the journey, you need to know about SEO. Here's my resource for this. One angle about this stage of the journey. Okay, you need to know more about what's required on your website. I'm running a webinar, or you can download this workbook. One angle on this. It looks like you're ready to move to the next stage. Would you like to book a call with me? So lots of different approaches. Very, very simply to do. And you can ham this out in an hour or two. And then one thing for certain, your customers are going to go, oh my God, he or she, they're so responsive. Okay, I want to know more. They'll remember that. And the second thing is you will almost certainly get new business. And the third thing, which I have to warn you about happens now, you will almost certainly come up with a new proposal, product suggestion, or something to build out. That's the only downside of asking your customers what they want. You tend to come back with more ideas for growing your own business. Right, so go and love your customers, go and have fun, and enjoy it until next time. Goodbye.